y'all. I am just a tiny channel, so if you are interested in my content, I would love it if you subscribed. It really helps me out a lot. So let's get into this insane video. So human zoos are a thing that existed. Probably not a sentence you were expecting to hear me say. Nevertheless, they existed all over the westernized world until Belgium's last exhibition in 1958. While most of the world had outlawed these questionable exhibits, Belgium persisted long after it was finally considered unacceptable. That's right. Belgium put Congolese on display at the World's Fair in 1958. So they could see how primitive they were. They literally put them behind a fence like animals. People got their attention by making monkey sounds and feeding the kids bananas. In all, the exhibition set aside 20 acres of land containing 7 pavilions dedicated to things like mining, arts, and agriculture in the Congo. It was dubbed the Kongorama. Over 180 families were placed on 7 acres of tropical-themed grounds inside the Kongorama, where they were stuck behind a bamboo fence and caged as easy targets for hate. So you ask, how did we get here? Basically, it all started with King Leopold, whose absolutely abhorrent behavior deserves an entirely separate discussion. He noticed all the major players in Europe were laying stake to Africa, and because of his pride and his desire for the world to see Belgium as powerful, he felt left out. So it was agreed upon that Leopold could lay claim to the Congo, or Congo Free State, as he decided to call it. While he told the world he wanted to free the Congolese from slavery, he actually saw the financial opportunities in Congo and wanted to seize the chance at rubber, ivory, palm oil, and, of course, cheap labor. But in order to conquer the Congo, he had to get others to buy into his dream. So an idea came to him: bring the Congo to his backyard. An ethnographic exhibition, as they were later called. He would show Belgium just how primitive and savage the Congolese are, in stark contrast to the highly evolved Europe. That way, people could see the great need for his supposed mission there. To fulfill this self-serving dream, he had mercenaries bring back 267 Congolese to his estate in Belgium. He had a makeshift replica African village built in his backyard. He put a fence around it to keep the spectators from getting too close to the quote-unquote savages. In terms of his intended impact, it was a huge success. It is believed that 1 million Belgians visited this human zoo, and it's scary how accurate the term human zoo really is. Leopold even had to put up the equivalent of a "don't feed the animal" sign because too many Congolese children were getting sick from all the candy visitors were feeding them. While Leopold claimed to be taking care of his exhibit, the Congolese were not prepared for the cold snap that summer, and 7 ended up dying from pneumonia. They were buried in a mass grave. What I find interesting about all of this is that Leopold never once set foot in the actual Congo. However, this supposed philanthropic mission quickly became the identity of the young nation. Leopold profited immensely from his cheap exports in the Congo. As a result, he was able to use that money to build an insanely expensive museum. It was basically built to be a shrine to his work in Africa. Stolen artifacts were housed in a gigantic building made of the most expensive materials possible. It actually took 5 years to complete, and he died before it was ever finished. However, the museum was transferred to the Belgian government, which used the opportunity to instill nationalistic pride through an entirely revisionist history. The museum served to document all the supposedly amazing work the white savior was doing to advance the savage Congolese. Looking back, it seems they presented these ideas and images not with the purpose of being educational, but with the purpose of being frightening. Despite growing public backlash to human zoos, Belgium was slow to respond and attempted to again reconstruct its human zoo at the 1958 World's Fair. They misled the Congolese, allowing them to believe they were coming there for discussion and cultural exchange. Instead, they were once again placed in pretend villages behind a fence. People made monkey noises or threw money and peanuts at them to get their attention. It was even noted by journalists at the time. After 60 years, nothing had changed. At night, they were bussed away to a compound separate from the rest of the Belgians. They brought so many Congolese over to Brussels for the event that the colonial office actually became concerned what might happen with such an unprecedented number of blacks in Belgium. Up until 2013, the museum portrayed the Congolese as ignorant, backwards, cannibalistic savages. Movies and history books lauded the progress the white man had made in ridding them of their savage ways. The museum also served to place a hierarchical structure on ethnicity, with white Europe being at the top of the pyramid. The Congolese were literally labeled as the missing connection in evolutionary history, calling them the closest human relative to the monkey. African life was viewed as a living example of prehistoric times, which they contrasted with the supposed superiority of European culture. While the world began to see the problems in Congo, the museum itself held fast to its fictional history long after Congo gained independence. Amid a more diverse Belgium, calls for the museum to change increased. As of 2019, the museum has finally updated itself to try and reflect a more balanced history, but even that transition was hotly contested. And I suppose I get it to an extent. When a story that has been used for over 100 years incites pride in a nation, it can be hard to face the cold reality of the damage your ancestors caused. The country wanted to keep its memories of self-sacrificing, altruistic family members who helped save the Congo. And I'm sure there were some that truly had good intentions. But living in a false memory is no way to move forward. To believe Belgium's alteration of history didn't have an impact on the way blacks were treated in their country would be foolish. Racism doesn't need to be overt to exist. It's not just violence. It's control. It's missed opportunities. It's being treated like you aren't competent. It's being treated like you have to evolve from your cultural heritage just to be seen as equal. It's being treated like it's funny to put you down because of your skin color. It's being treated like you aren't capable of anything good. It's the destruction of hope. We have to understand our history to understand the world we live in now. We can't just pretend it didn't happen. What do you think of these human zoos? Were they cruel? Were they misunderstood? Did you know they were still occurring in the westernized world as late as 1958? Did you know they're still occurring in some tourist destinations now? What is the right way to share someone's cultural history? Why does it tend to be so exploitative? Leave any thoughts you have in the comments below. And if you enjoy videos like this, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching.